Bulls Gamer, the O.C.G, and I'm here playing Nioh. Yeah, in the poison mines, yeah. Hey, yeah. I didn't stream much the last couple days. I was going through some shit. Ah, God. You know, I'll tell you what I'm actually excited for, it's kind of come on my radar, is Rise of the Ronin, man. Oh, God. I've seen, you know, some of it, bits and pieces here and there, but I saw, like, an in-depth gameplay trailer, and it actually does look really fucking great. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like, I was insanely surprised. I mean, it looks graphically, it doesn't look that great. I mean, not artistically, I'm saying technically. That's about the only negative thing I can say about it. I mean, it's not like it looks terrible, it just, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't say it looks, like, cutting edge. Especially for a PS5 exclusive. But other than that, it looks really fucking great. The gliding, the parkour, the horseback riding, the, you know, grappling hook. I really like how it said during, like, Rise of the Ronin. That's kind of a big game that's on my radar. Nioh, however you say it. Team Ninja, who also did Ninja Gaiden, which I mostly like. Set in Japan during the Industrial Revolution, when they were having a civil war. And it's just like this crazy mix of different stuff. You can climb buildings, parkour on them, use a grappling hook to swing, horseback ride, you use a fucking glider to glide through the air. Ah, damn it. like I was mentioning before, the only thing you could say really negative about it is that the graphics are kind of meh. I mean, not bad, but not like what you'd expect from a first-party PS5 exclusive. Oh god, yeah. That's fair. I mean, if we're being honest, story has never been Team Ninja's strong suit. They can make good dialogue, but like the overall stories are kind of eh. I mean, I don't know about Nioh 2, but I know the story in this game has some promising elements, but it wastes a lot of time not really going anywhere. Half the story thus far, and to be fair, I'm only the start of the second region, so do with that what you will, but half the story so far has been, hey, while you're waiting for this to happen, go do this! Motherfucker. I'm right there. That's the main thing that gets me with this game. Is the fact that you die so fucking easy. Even wearing, like, heavy armor, you get 1-2 hits, you're done. It's just not something I'm used to. I mean, this mission, for example. They're like, hey, why don't you go help some rebels to help the king while we're waiting for the leaf to be repaired. Then you just pop up in the silver mine. They don't tell you how the fuck you got in the silver mine, what you're doing. So I'm here all of a sudden. Oh, I hate these fucking things so much. I think it's the same way in Ninja Gaiden. I'm not sure if you've ever played Ninja Gaiden, but I fucking love the first two Ninja Gaidens. Ninja Gaiden 3 can go die in a hole. And while the characters were fun and enjoyable, the actual story doesn't really go very much. Like, it's not the dialogue that's their problem. It's like the overarching story. Yeah, exactly. Although I'm gonna hit you with something maybe controversial, because that's how the fucking internet is, unfortunately. But personally, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, but I honestly think Ninja Gaiden Sigma is fucking great and probably my favorite version of Ninja Gaiden. I've seen a lot of people give that game hate. And I don't understand it. I don't know if you played Sigma, but they basically remade Ninja Gaiden Black for PS3 back in the day. And I thought it was fucking great. They added in the, yeah, that's great. They added in the Dragon's Claw and the Tiger's Fang, which I thought was a fucking great weapon. They made the Black Ninjas look more visually consistent with their Ninja Gaiden 2 counterparts. And they cut out some parts of the map, but honestly that was for the best, because I love Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden may be one of my all-time favorite games. But the fucking swimming chapter is so fucking bad. I think it's chapter 12 in the original game. God. Like, it was so bad. Oh, that's bullshit. Oh, really? You got me again? Oh, motherfucker. But yeah, the chapter 12, where you're like going underneath the water bridges and swimming in first person, was fucking terrible. Oh yeah, that is fair. I just found that section to suck so bad. Like, you're in first person, it doesn't handle very well. You're underwater. I hate forced underwater levels. You don't know where you're going. It's designed like a fucking maze. You're having to use the janky-ass spear gun. It's the only part of Ninja Gaiden I don't like, and every time I replay Ninja Gaiden 1, I'm just like, oh, fuck. This section. And Ninja Gaiden Sigma greatly shortened and simplified that segment, which I actually thought was good, and added actual, like, on-water combat, which I thought was a lot better. And that was a case where technically they took something out, but I feel like it made the game better. You weren't quite, you know, running around, where the fuck do I go? As long. Plus, I really like the graphical art style they did with Sigma, especially the Valley of the Ninja at the beginning. Because originally, that was really barren, even though it was supposed to be, like, overgrown and fall. So them adding, like, all this, like, flora and fauna and, like, falling leaves fit the aesthetic fucking brilliantly. Also, you know, being able to use items without having to pause the game every time was also pretty great. I mean, I think it is pretty fucking hard. Actually, oh, Jesus, yeah. Master Ninja, they said the developers of the game had trouble beating it on Master Ninja. That's fucking insane. Yeah. God, this fucking place can be so confusing to navigate, man. But, you know, on the bright side, yeah. Like I said, I think, like, as I view the different versions of Ninja Gaiden, it goes Sigma 1, great. I think it's the definitive version. I appreciate the changes they made. I know not everyone does, but I really like Sigma. And that's not like nostalgia. I actually played the original Ninja Gaiden. Not even Black. I played it when it came out on the original fucking Xbox. Then I played Black. Then I played Sigma. Sigma 2, I don't really care for. I don't like the changes they made. And then Dragon's Edge is pretty much Sigma 3, and it makes Ninja Gaiden 3 just barely tolerable. Just barely. It doesn't make it good. Ninja Gaiden 3 is still one of the... Yeah. That is true. But, you know, I get that. But I will say this. I could deal with that more because you were fighting demons most of the time anyway. You know what I mean? So it didn't bother me as much. Oh, it's green blood because they're fucking demons. But yeah, I detest censorship. And then, of course, it sucks that they couldn't have the classic Ninja Gaiden games in Sigma, but that wasn't their fault. That was due to licensing issues with Koei Tecmo. I think it was the second publisher being a douchebag about it. So you can't really blame that on Sigma. They could only work with what they were allowed to work with. Sadly, a lot of times shitty commercial decisions will fuck up a game. But, you know, while that sucks, I can't really put that on them. They wanted them in there. You know what? I died. I don't give a fuck. I'm right there, and I got the poison out of the way, so it'll be easier next time. I mean, I'm, like, literally right there, so... Yeah. That's an entirely fair thing to say. Okay, he's just rolling around down there. Ah! I wonder if I can kick him off. That's awesome. I thought I got rid of the fucking poison. What the shit? That sucks. I guess there's more than one down here? Yeah, probably. See, I get fucking hit once. You're done. Oh, come on, bro! God, when it rains, it fucking pours. I gotta find that other one. That should be my main priority. There we go. Finally, fuck. Even if I die, it does not matter. Once I get rid of this, it'll make any subsequent trip. Oh, okay. You know what? I got it. I took care of the poison, so that's not nothing. I honestly love the Kusurigama in this game so fucking much. What's up, bro? Maybe I don't have the right level gear. Maybe I need to equip better gear. I don't know, man. Oh, wait a minute. Now, let's try some better gear. Maybe I'll take less damage. Oh my god. Okay. See, this game does not do a good job explaining that, so... Ah! I also need to play Warlong Fallen Dynasty, man. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just taking advantage of the fact that it's on Game Pass. Play it basically. Oh, great. It's not one thing against you, it's another. I also need to give Code Vein a play more of it. I own Code Vein. I haven't played a lot of it. I mean to give it like a full run through. Honestly, I love Souls games and Souls likes immensely. I need to remember they do that. Compared to Nioh 2. They might honestly have done that out of response to criticism. I'm sure a lot of people weren't happy about dying so fucking quickly. Even if you're wearing heavy armor, so... I've also heard that the side quests in Nioh 2 are better, so... Because I know the side quests in this game fucking suck. They are like the definition of padding. Hey, would you like to do this mission again, but slightly harder? Hey, would you want to do the same mission, but it's just bandits this time? Like, I have not done almost any of the side quests, because when I originally played this game, I remember them being awful and being like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, it's just like the shameless reusing of areas, but not in like a cool way. You know, because like the Souls games, you'll come back to an area, but there'll be something cool there, or you'll find another place. No, this is just, we're gonna do the same thing, slightly tougher. And do that for every mission. So we artificially double the length of the game. Yeah, I've also heard about that. I'm not gonna be doing that. I like challenging games, but only when they're fun. And I have heard a lot about the Abyss shit being fucking awful. So I will not be doing that. If it's just tedious, I don't want to. You know what I mean? Not what I'm about. Like, I like this game. I do enjoy this game, and I think it's got a lot of good stuff. But I will not be doing I will not be doing the side quests, and I won't be doing the fucking Abyss shit, because it's just... the Abyss stuff is terrible, and the side stuff is like the definition of filler. So, not really for me. There's lots of games that I'll play the shit out of, but I won't do everything, because I think it's tedious to do everything. Like, for example, Breath of the Wild. I love Breath of the Wild. I played the shit out of Breath of the Wild. I did all 120 shrines in Breath of the Wild. But the fucking Korok seeds? No. Just no. Yeah, of course I'm excited for Elden Ring DLC. You're fucking right. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I did all the shrines in Breath of the Wild. And I loved them. But there's like 900 Korok seeds, and they fucking suck. Which, if you give me 1 second after I'm not getting face fucked by the pinwheel demon over here. Oh, fuck. God, I hate those things. They're like, how could we take the pinwheel demon from Dark Souls and make it 10 times worse? Voila! Anyway, I did all the shrines. I did a lot of the game. You know, it's just the Korok seeds. You need to get some of them because they increase your weapon carrying capacity. But it gets to the point where each one, you need more seeds. So if you want to get one extra weapon, it's 1 seed. Then it's 2. Then it's 4. Then it's 8. Then it's 6. And it literally doubles. So early on, you hit a wall. And your reward for collecting all 900 of them is pretty much a piece of shit. And I wish I was kidding. You get handed a golden piece of shit. And the game pretty much straight says it's a piece of shit. Like, that is like the most insulting fucking thing. Literally a golden turd. I mean, it is just fucked up. So, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna throw shade on people that wanted to do it if they want to do it, but I'm saying me personally, to spend so much time handed a piece of shit, yeah, a lot. I played Bloodborne a lot. I nearly got the platinum. The only thing I was really missing was getting all the weapons, because one of them required you to get it from the Abyss, or the Chalice Dungeons, I'm sorry. The Chalice Dungeons, and I hate the Chalice Dungeons in Bloodborne. Oh yeah, yeah. I love FromSoft. I really do. I think it was the Beast Arm, and it's not only a challenge dungeon, it's a shitty one. I just said, fuck this. But I pretty much did everything else there was to do in Bloodborne. I think I'm like 3 trophies away from the platinum. Oh, fuck yeah. And that's what I mean when I say that there is... I'm trying to figure out a way to put it. When I say that there is stuff that's just tedious. Hey, would you like to go through a hard-ass dungeon while your health is draining the whole time? Oh, boy. Wow, instantly killed me. Ah, fuck. I don't know, I might take a break from this and play another Soul-like. I'm contemplating if I should keep going with this right now. Because right now I'm kind of brubbing my head against the wall at this and it's frustrating me. Or honestly, I might just skip to Nioh 2. It just depends. Part of me, like, wants to finish this, because it's like, oh, you can't do it, even though obviously I can. I've beaten every fucking major FromSoft game, did all the optional shit, for the most part. Beat fucking Nadir with melee weapons, didn't use the fucking sorceries. They're literally soloed freed. Didn't summon, didn't do anything, beat her fucking by myself. So it's not like I can't do it, it's just... like, just wondering, you know, am I having fun? And yeah, I genuinely have heard that Nioh 2 is way better than the first game in just about every way. Like, that is the consensus that I've heard, is that it's just a massive leap up. Which makes sense. Nioh had, I don't know if you're familiar with the backstory of Nioh, the development cycle. It had a very, very troubled development cycle. It originally started development in like 2004 and took almost 13 years to get made and was originally supposed to be a fucking PS3 game. So it's a miracle that this game managed to be good at all. But, like, this game had a super troubled development. Over 10 years this game was in development. So the fact that it turned out to be as good as it is a miracle in and of itself. But with, yeah, exactly. I mean, no, it does. They were literally struggled to get out the door. They were figuring it out. They restarted it at several times, like... out of all the games that Team Ninja has made, Nioh is the only one they really struggled on. Because even Ninja Gaiden 3 is shit, but it was a relatively easy dev cycle. But, like, so they were spent so long trying to figure out how to finish Nioh and all that stuff, and it languished in development hell. I mean, because literally it's supposed to be an early PS3 game, and it wound up launching midway through PS4. So with Nioh 2, they had figured it out, and they could iterate on it, so they were able to say, this is what this is, and then just spend the rest of the time building on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're connected. Ninja Gaiden and Nioh. I'm pretty sure there's a connection there, if I'm not mistaken. I remember hearing some about that. Yeah, that's cool to me. See, like, honestly, this is just not fun to me. Having the narrow fucking pinwheel guy attack you on a narrow precipice is just kind of shitty, in my opinion. But even if I don't play this, I'm not sure what I'll play. I have a lot on my plate right now. I try to keep it fresh. I play a lot of different shit at the same time. I don't want to become known for one particular game or type of game. I want people to watch because they like me. You know, because if you get known for one type of game, then you can't ever really play anything else. Oh yeah, of course. Of course I like Yakuza. I struggle a little bit with Yakuza because the whole, like, it being dubbed, most of them not being dubbed kind of bothers me. Because there's, like, a disconnect. Sorry, my alarm is going off. But yeah, I like Yakuza. I'm trying to snooze my fucking alarm and it's not letting me. Okay, thank God. No, dismiss it. Jesus. Yeah, I like Yakuza. Like, I struggle a little bit with it because it's, you know, most of them aren't dubbed. And there's a language barrier there. It's hard for me to engage with it. It's hard to explain. I like Japanese culture, it's just... yeah. But I actually own most of them. Yakuza Kiwami, Yakuza 0, Kiwami 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7, Judgment. I've actually been meaning to get back into the Yakuza games as well. But I do like them, and I do like what they're about, and I like the combat a lot. I also... yeah, I have Judgment. I have Judgment 1. I don't have Lost Judgment. I mean to get that eventually. Yeah, that's fair, man. Trust me. I know how you feel about having a big-ass backlog, dude. And I've been trying to, I've got a lot of shit on my plate I've been trying to squeeze in. For example, just to give you an idea, I've got a bunch of games on PS5 I'm currently trying to go through. Spider-Man 2, I'm replaying that in New Game Plus, because I actually got the Platinum for Spider-Man 2. I'm playing a bunch of shit on Xbox. I have Game Pass, so, like, Lies of P is on Game Pass. I love Lies of P. I've been wanting to play Like a Dragon Ishin, because I really like historical shit. That's on Game Pass. I've kind of got like a ghetto setup. Yeah, it was really fucking great, I agree. And they have since actually made the game much better with patching. Like, they've released huge patches that have made it even better. I don't know if have you played it since they added the Wolong Fallen Dynasty weapon? They had a crossover with Wolong, and they added a weapon to the game as a free collaboration, and it's like a Chinese long sword spear. I forget what they call them. A Bingdo, a Baodo, or... Oh, there's a... You know what I'm talking about. They're like a long bladed spear. They added that to the game, and it is a fucking awesome weapon. It is one of the best weapons in Lies of P. And, like, it's for free for everybody, and you get it from the beginning. It's fucking great. They added a separate cosmetic system where you can have a hat and glasses instead of, like, making them paired. They added some joke shit like Christmas outfit. They overhauled parts of the game that people complained about. Like, they've done a tremendous job. Yeah, that actually was a great boss, I agree. Dude, honestly, the entire last chapter of Lies of P was so fucking great, man. Like, you get to what you think is the end of Lies of P. And you're like, oh, it's the last chapter. Dude, that last chapter... Yeah, that's fair. But you get to that last chapter in Lies of P, and you're like, oh, the game's almost over. I'm at the last chapter. That last chapter is like fucking 4 chapters put together. That tower kept going and going and going, and I mean that in a good way. Like they really pulled out all the fucking stops at the end. I honestly think Lies of P was a game that just got better and better and better and better as you went through it. I actually will say, I'm also really excited, not just by Lies of P, but what the future entails. Like, when they reveal at the end that there's, like, it's basically gonna be like a shared story tale, or fairy tale universe, I lost my shit, dude. Like, that actually had me audibly like, what the fuck? Like, I can't remember the last time I had a game and I was like, no fucking way. Because, I mean, obviously, I thought there was going to be more. But I thought they would keep it in Pinocchio when they, like... yeah, Alice. But I'm actually excited because it's looking like the sequel is going to be Wizard of Oz. And I am a huge diehard fan of the Wizard of Oz. I have always fucking loved The Wizard of Oz. I grew up watching it every year for Thanksgiving on TV. I read many of the Oz books. Oh, yeah, that's also great. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's coming this year. That also looks fucking awesome. But I absolutely love The Wizard of Oz. And we almost never get any Wizard of Oz games ever. And the ones that we do are usually shit. So, it looks like the sequel to Lies of P is going to be a dark, mature version of The Wizard of Oz. I'm fucking down for that. And the thought of what they could do with that, the Emerald City, the Yellow Brick Road, all fucked up and mature, with Souls gameplay, I am like 1,000,000% on board with that. So, like, I already love Lies of P, and the thought of them doing a Wizard of Oz game is amazing. And they totally can do the Wizard of Oz. They can't do, like, the modern Wizard of Oz, but the actual book is public domain. Because it came out in 1919, I believe. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's been a couple, but they're really fucking obscure, and most of them are bad. They did one on the SNES that was notoriously awful. Angry Video Gamer covered it. But yeah, so, I'm fangirling. Like, the thought of them taking the gameplay of Lies of P and putting it into a corrupted Wizard of Oz with, like, evil munchkins, you know, horrifying Wicked Witch, fucked up Emerald City. I'm fucking down. And it's also just a unique take on Oz that we haven't seen. And they imply that, like, there's multiple other fairy tales, so we could get Cinderella next, the adult Cinderella. I mean, like, the sky's the limit. They could have, like, an entire fucking, like, shared universe of grim fairy tale Souls games. And I just didn't see it coming. I never thought they would include stuff outside of Pinocchio. So, like, when I saw that, I was like, no fucking way. And then, like, it's like a post-credit thing. So you're like, oh, it's over. And then it's like, oh yeah, one last thing. Drop the mic. And, like, it didn't come off as... It didn't come off as, like, a bad cliffhanger. Because the story of Lies of P was finished. There are times when a game will leave the story unfinished for a future thing and it just feels unfinished in a bad way. Like, wow, nothing is resolved. This teased more, but it still felt like it was done. You know what I mean? Well, and I mean, obviously they're also doing DLC. That's been like 1,000% confirmed. So I can't wait to play the DLC for Lies of P. I played it on Game Pass. I am going to buy it one day. No, I did not. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, that I did hear about, where you can actually read the puppet dialogue. Yeah, that's fucking cool as shit as well. I agree. I love stuff like that, honestly. I don't know if you've played, Lords of the Fallen, the new Lords of the Fallen, but it's really good. It was a little buggy at launch, but they've greatly fixed it and they're improving it all the time. And I really enjoyed the new Lords of the Fallen. Yeah, that's fair. They fixed a lot of that, by the way. That's what I'm talking about. It's not perfect, but they have been patching it like fucking crazy. Yeah, are you talking about the Sperm Progeny? Yeah, that's great. That's great, boss. Fuck. Yeah, so you were roughly about a quarter to halfway through the game. Well, if you ever get the chance, you should try giving it another go. They have absolutely massively fucking patched Lords of the Fallen. Like, they've put out over 30 patches since launch. Like, I mean, they have been working fucking non-stop. So, and for a couple of reasons, they get a bit of a pass for me because they were a first-time studio. They had never made another game. Yeah, it's really fucking cool, I agree. That, and they were one of the very first studios in the world to use Unreal Engine 5. And when they started using Unreal Engine 5, not a single game had been released on it. Okay? They were one of the first people in the world to work on Unreal Engine 5. So they were not only making a first game, they were having to fucking figure out the engine. And there wasn't like anybody else they could contact, even Epic was still figuring out the engine. So, because it was their first game, it is. Yeah, I agree. Because it was their first game, and they were figuring out a complicated engine and didn't have any guides, I'm willing to forgive a lot of the issues that it suffered with. Because I think it was an amazing game in spite of those problems. And they have literally, like I said, over 30 patches. I think it's closer to 40. And the game is just now been out 6 months? Yeah, October. So releasing that amount of patches in that amount of time is fucking crazy. And they have seriously listened to fan feedback. Just about everything that people asked for, they have added. They added a coffer to store items. They added a respec option. Yeah, exactly. And they have actually added a bunch of free content. They've added a bunch of new quests, a bunch of new armor, a bunch of new spells. For free. So, they have been patching it non-fucking stop, and they have been adding free content for everybody. And taking into account fan feedback and adding stuff that people requested. So, and I honestly think the game is just going to progressively get better. They're planning to support it, bare minimum, till the end of 2024. So, we have almost a year of content left of them adding, and it's already gotten so much. So, it's really impressive. Like I said, it got... Oh, man. And, some of the problems, I don't even understand, like, some of the issues that people have with it. Like, I can understand it being buggy. I agree. It was buggy at launch. I played it at launch. It was buggy. And it did have frame rate issues, pretty much on all platforms. Not unplayable, but not great either. But if we're being totally honest, a lot of the Souls games are optimized really fucking poorly. Elden Ring on PS5 ran like shit. And that's a game that was essentially a PS4 game. Like, in order to get a solid frame rate in Elden Ring on console, you basically have to play the PS4 version of PS5. That's shit. And, like, nobody cared about that. And, Lance McDonald, I'm not sure if you know who Lance McDonald is. But he's an expert in the scene. He helped make a 60 FPS patch for Bloodborne. And he examined the code of Elden Ring on PS5 and found they did not optimize it whatsoever. I saw a post from him about that. They made all kinds of optimizations to the PS4 version, not the PS5. They just left it. So, like, the PS5 version of Elden Ring runs like shit because they literally did not optimize it at all. Yeah, exactly. I agree. But FromSoft gets a pass for that. And I mean, let's not forget Dark Souls 1. I know everybody wants to suck Dark Souls 1's dick. And I actually think it's my least favorite FromSoft game. So I get a lot of heat for that take. I don't care. I would pay, yes, I agree. And if they got Bluepoint to remake Bloodborne, I would spontaneously jizz. But regardless, the original Dark Souls ran like shit. And it's some of the worst frame rates I've ever fucking seen, man. Blighttown could literally get down to 10 frames a second. Yes, I love Demon's Souls Remake. I agree. People got upset over a couple of changes they made to boss models, and then acted like the whole game sucked. It was fucking great. Yeah, I know, exactly. Fucking new Londo ran like shit also. Okay? And now people, it runs fine now. After the remaster that you had to buy again, somebody else 5 years later had to come along and fix it. In a different studio, so, you know, FromSoft can't, well, we fixed it. No, somebody else came and did it for you. Now, let's not forget, the original PC port of Dark Souls is considered one of the worst PC ports of all fucking time. And most fucking PC ports that FromSoft does suck. And I'm not trying to throw shade on FromSoft. I love them. But I'm saying a lot of the things that people were shitting on Lords of the Fallen for were things that literally FromSoft has fucking done. They are guilty of. Well, we're gonna give Lords of the Fallen really low reviews because it's optimized poorly. Elden Ring optimized poorly. Nobody fucking cares. Gets 10 out of 10 reviews. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna call a game out for something, you have to be consistent. Like, I love Elden Ring. I played like 150, 200 hours of fucking Elden Ring. Still doesn't mean that you get a pass for running like shit. And they somehow, no matter how many times people bitch about it, FromSoft cannot figure out how to make even frame pacing. So even when their games... That's fair, yeah, I agree. But I'm still saying that they get a fucking pass. That's my point, is that other companies could not get away with the shit that FromSoft does. If a modern game company released a game that ran poorly, people would fucking drag it. And they would be right to. FromSoft game comes out, runs like shit. Wow, this is amazing. You can't play favorites. Bad optimization is bad optimization. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, double standards, that's my point. But, so, I can understand reviewers docking points for it being glitchy and poorly optimized at launch. That makes sense to me. But there was all these reviewers saying that Lords of the Fallen didn't do anything new. That it was just a carbon copy of Dark Souls without anything else to offer. That's just blatantly fucking not true. Dark Souls has fucking realm shifting. Dark Souls has a fucking hotkey magic system. Dark Souls lets you switch stances in the middle of a combo. Dark Souls lets you go up the entire fucking game, start to finish with 3 people. Like, categorically, people were saying that it didn't do anything that Dark Souls didn't already do. That is a flat fucking lie. Oh, yeah. Well, see, I wouldn't know about that, man. I'm not big on sports games. I'm not big on wrestling games. I don't talk about stuff that I'm not really familiar with, but I have heard it's buggy. But I personally can't speak to it. But you get my point. I'm just saying, like, people saying well, I didn't like this game. Cool. Whatever, I died. People saying, I don't like this game. Cool. That's your opinion. People saying, we're going to dock the review because it ran like shit at launch. Gotcha. That's fair. Saying that it didn't add anything, yeah, sure, man. Gotcha. Blatantly untrue. I'm actually going to take a break, probably play something else. I might try starting Code Vein or another Souls-like. Or fuck it, I may play Demon Souls for the 80th billion fucking time when I'm butting my head on this. Or I might just start up Nioh 2. But yeah, I'm going to take a break as well. Thank you for watching.